Welcome back to another video with the House Money Investor channel. In today's video, I'm going to provide you guys with 6 stock picks that I have for you for 2021. The first 3 are going to be dividend stocks that supplement your Social Security. First up, we got good old Johnson & Johnson. I'm currently holding this long term. I'm up 6.17%. Johnson & Johnson is a great dividend paying company. It has a dividend yield of 2.49, a great PE ratio of 25.15, and this is a stock that's going to grow about 12% a year, and at the same time give you that nice dividend. Looking at 17 analyst ratings, we got a 76% buy, 24% hold. The majority of J&J's near-term patient losses are for products that are hard to manufacture, which should limit the intensity of generic competition. Diverse healthcare segments help insulate Johnson & Johnson from downturns in the economy, offering a defense growth opportunity with a steady and likely growing dividend. Several of Johnson & Johnson's key drugs and pipeline drugs are specialty drugs that tend to carry strong pricing power, as well as lower regulatory hurdles for improvement. Johnson & Johnson have very good EPSs, and basically it's a holding company that engages in research and development, manufacturing, and sales of products in the healthcare field. It has a few segments like consumer pharmaceutical, and it also has medical devices. They have baby care, they do oral care, beauty, over-the-counter pharmaceuticals, women's health, wound care markets, stuff of that nature. They do hematology, infectious diseases, AIDS, vaccines, neuroscience, oncology, metabolism, all kinds of different sorts of things. They have products that are used in orthopedic offices during surgery, stuff for diabetes care, and also eye health care as well. And of course, if you don't know, they came out with the first FDA approved CV-19 vaccine. The next pick I have here is PSA, Public Storage. Nice long-term play I have myself. Public Storage hasn't been doing very well in recent years, but this year, after the pandemic, it was down about 25-30%. It recovered and finished the year up strong, up over 2%. Public Storage also pays a nice dividend of 3.59%. It has a very nice PE ratio, and from 15 analysts, I got a 67% hold on Public Storage. And Public Storage industry leading balance sheets leave room for low cost consolidation opportunities in a fringent market. Public Storage commanding lead in supply restricted markets leads to consistent revenue growth. Life changes related to CV crisis will increase demand for self-storage facilities. EPS has been great as well. And Public Storage, it basically operates as a real estate investment trust. The firm engages in acquiring, developing, owning, and operating self-storage facilities. It has a few segments like self-storage operations, investments in PS Business Parks, and investments in SureGuard. The rental operations from all self-storage facilities and stuff like that, will pay you that monthly dividend. So a very nice play here into PSA. Next pick we have here is good old Coca-Cola, KO. Coca-Cola usually grows about 4% a year. Nice dividend of 3.21. Super low PE ratio. Strong 81% buy ratings from 21 different analysts. And by volume, Coke is almost 3 times the size of its next largest competitor in the global non-alcoholic ready-to-drink market, which scales benefits. Despite a greater focus on marketing efficiency, its ad budget is still unparalleled and should help maintain consumer awareness and brand relevance. Costa should allow the firm to expand the trademark into other formats such as ready-to-drink coffee, which is one of the fastest growing non-carbonated categories. Also very good EPS for Coca-Cola, and Coca-Cola is basically a non-alcoholic beverage company which manufactures, markets, and sells non-alcoholic beverages, which include like sparkling soft drinks, water, enhanced water, sports drinks, juice, dairy and plant-based beverages, tea, coffee, energy drinks. It has brands like Coca-Cola, Diet Coke, Coca-Cola Zero, Fanta, Sprite, Minute Maid, Powerade, Ships, Minute Maid, Dasani, Simply, Gold Peak, Fuse Tea, Glacier Smart Water, and Ice Dew. They sell products in, Europe, Asia, Africa, Latin America, North America. So they basically sell a wide variety of products, a wide variety of brands in a wide variety of different regions. So definitely a nice dividend play there for Coca-Cola. Next, we have your 3 best profit opportunities in 2021. And the first pick I got is TSM. This is a hold of mine as well. It's a semiconductor manufacturing company, and the semiconductor space sector of the market is booming at the moment. This ran up over 100% last year, and at the moment it's growing about 90% a year. It does pay a small dividend of 1.14%. It has a very nice PE ratio, and this is a very, very nice growth company. 30 analysts got it at 86.7% buy rating. TSMC, should consistently earn higher gross margins than its competitors, thanks to its economy of scale and premium prices justified by cutting-edge process technologies. TSMC wins the consumer complete to offer the most advanced processing systems using the latest process technologies. TSM will benefit from the semiconductor firm embracing the business model. TSM has great EPS as well, and basically engage in the manufacturing and sale of integrated circuits and wafer semiconductor devices. Its chips are used in personal computers, information applications, wired and wireless communication system products, automotive and industrial equipment, including consumer electronics such as digital video, compact disc players, digital TVs, game consoles, and digital cameras. So a nice semiconductor play there. Next here for best profits is going to be Pfizer. Pfizer, is similar to Johnson & Johnson in many ways. I'm currently down 9.3% in Pfizer, and that's pretty much, due from it being down over the last month. But, it typically grows about 4% a year, and it also pays a nice dividend of a little bit over 4%. At the moment, it's super undervalued. PE ratios at 24.04. I expect a big bounce back from this play in 2021. Strong buy ratings from analysts, 47% buy, 53% holds. And, Pfizer's pipeline productivity is improving with several successful recent drug launches. In particular, the CV drug, a potential game changer in the rare disease area. The stock supports a dividend yield over 3%, and you can expect steady cash flow, to support that dividend. Pfizer's decision to divest its off-patient division should result in faster growth and innovative decision making. Pfizer also has good EPSs, and they basically, engage in discovering and developing and manufacturing of healthcare products, specializes in medications, vaccines, and consumer health. So, very good company. They came out with the CV virus. I think I said earlier it was J&J, but I meant to say Pfizer and BioNTech actually came out with the first CV viruses that are launching here. So you should expect very great quarter 1, 2, 3 results from Pfizer and BioNTech. And these are kind of bunched together as a combo pick. And BioNTech is a company that's owned actually by Ark Invest and Cathie Woods. And this is also a play that I'm in long term. This one IPO'd pretty recently, back in late 2019. It's up over 566%. Doesn't pay a dividend, but that's cool because it's a great growth stock. Looking at 11 analyst ratings, you got a 45% buy, 55% hold. And Biotech's pipeline, which relies on expertise in mRNA and bioinformatics, will be difficult to replicate by competitors. Biotech will be able to command a premium price with its personalized cancer therapies, if they're successful. The rapid development of the CV-19 vaccine will be good for Biotech's pipeline and for future pipeline. Biotech's EPS hasn't been so hot, but like I said, you can expect that to grow over the next few quarters. And basically, they operate as a clinical stage biotech company, and it has a few sectors like bio business and external services. It does clinical technology platform and manufacturing stuff like that, business services, and it has activities related to the sale of diagnostic products and stuff like that. So a very good biotech play and healthcare play there. And the last one we got here is GW Pharmaceuticals, ticker GUPH, which you can expect a lot of growth in this one as well. This is going to be a new play for myself. On average, it grows about 20% a year. It's strictly a growth stock. Looking at the analyst ratings, 88% buy. Their EPS has just been murdering, their expected EPS. And it's also a pharmaceutical company which engages in, discovery, development, and commercialization of novelty therapeutics. It also has like cannabis products and things of that nature as well, and CBD oils and stuff like that focuses on treatments of seizures associated with tremors and things of that nature. So once again, another great play. And the last slide here is just me adding Pfizer back to the watch list, as I have been swing trading this already this month. So yeah, those are my 6 picks for great dividend or growth. So if you guys like the content, please hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. Follow my journey. I do have 12 brokerages. I go over all those brokerages in depth, 100% transparency. I analyze stocks 7 days a week, so I'm always giving you guys nice stock picks and things of that nature. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next one.